9 Sports with Julian Metanzone.
Julian Metanzone live at Sheldon High School for a little high school football playoff action, but that's not all we got going on today. When I woke up this morning, it was like Christmas, at least early Christmas for a sports fan, because we got a football action-packed weekend, and we've got you covered. KZI 9 Sports Director Andrew Hobner is in Salt Lake City. That's where the Ducks are set to take on the Utah Utes. But first, I wanted to toss it over to KZI 9 Sports reporter Robbie Fueling. He's in Palo Alto, California, where Oregon State is set to take on the Stanford Cardinal. Robbie?
Hey, Julian, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is with the 2-7 record, the Beavs are not making a bowl game. But the good news is they got nothing to lose out here in Palo Alto. And offensively, Oregon State has looked very efficient. The past 2 games, they've averaged 31 points. But this Saturday, they will face a very talented and physical Stanford defense that does not make a lot of mistakes. In fact, the Stanford Cardinal are a sound defensive unit, and so far this season, the secondary has 7 interceptions, the D-line has 27 sacks, and the defense collectively has forced 7 fumbles, recovered 5 of them. The Beavs have done their homework on what to expect on game day.
Personally, just for like DBs and everything, I think they're very smart, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of bust coverages or a lot of mishaps and plays like that. So, there's just going to be a lot of playmakers making plays and a lot of one-on-one opportunities.
Big kids, real athletic, long. They create some confusion on you by changing their fronts up and a little bit of movements in there. And they don't make many mistakes. They're pretty sound defense.
So we'll see this Saturday if Oregon State can continue the success they've been having on offense the past couple weeks against the Stanford Cardinal. Kickoff, of course, is at 6 o'clock, prime time for those West Coast viewers. But for right now, reporting from beautiful Palo Alto, California, I'm Robbie Fueling, KZI 9 Sports. Julian, what's up?
Thank you, Robbie. Now we're going to toss it over to KZI 9 Sports Director Andrew Hobner. He's in Salt Lake City, where the Ducks are set to take on a Utah team that if they got any more injured, I think you and I would have to strap up and play, Andrew.
Yeah, the injury bug has hit this Utah team very hard in the last week, but make no mistake, this is still a Kyle Whittingham coach team that knows how to play with power, something Oregon head coach Mario Cristobal wants to bring to Eugene, which is why a quality win on the road against this Utah team would be very big for the Ducks.
We have a lot to prove to ourselves, and we felt that we had that formula when we went to Cal, and then we didn't do so good after that. And now we got to go to play a great football team in a really hostile environment, tough place to play, and a team that prides itself on physicality. And so, to me, it's exactly what every program needs as it's trying to reestablish itself.
It will certainly be a big test for the Oregon Ducks, even with Utah Ute starting quarterback Tyler Huntley out with an injury. Instead, Oregon will see his replacement, freshman Jason Shelley.
Good athlete, phenomenal athlete, one of the top quarterbacks coming out in high school. And so, they're going to do what they feel best that helps them. But I can't worry about that. The main thing is we got to be hitting on all cylinders up front, and it starts up front.
But to add on to Huntley's injury as well, Utah star running back Zach Moss is also going to be out for this game, which means stars like Britt Covey are going to be very important to Utah's offense.
Can't say enough about him. It's ultra valuable. You watch some of the plays he's made this year, the way he's improvised sometimes and made things happen, trick plays that don't work out, tuck it and running it, serving back there as a specialist as well. They've got a lot of really good football players.
Fun little tidbit also about this game going on behind me at Rice-Eccles Stadium. It's a state playoff game that actually Oregon offensive tackle Penei Sewell's brother Noah is currently in right now, and he's averaging, get this, 19.5 yards a carry as his team is up 48-7 at halftime. Maybe someone to look at in that 2020 recruiting cycle. Oregon and Utah, though, both going to be playing at 2:30 tomorrow. But for now, reporting in Salt Lake City, Andrew Hobner, KZI 9 Sports.
Thank you, Andrew. Now, the number 3 Oregon women's basketball team has their home opener on Saturday. They'll take on number 8.